When you grow old, 8 types of people you should not help. As we grow older, life presents us with a unique opportunity to reflect on what truly matters. Our time, energy, and peace of mind become more precious than ever. For seniors in their golden years, it's essential to focus on what enriches your life and avoid what drains it. While helping others is a virtue, not everyone deserves your generosity. Some people will take advantage of your kindness, leaving you emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even financially depleted. Here are 8 types of people you shouldn't help in old age to avoid trouble, especially the 8th type, which you must know about. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. The manipulator. Manipulators are some of the most challenging people to identify, let alone distance yourself from. Unlike overtly difficult individuals, manipulators often present themselves as charming, considerate, or even vulnerable. They don't demand help outright. Instead, they subtly weave guilt, obligation, and emotional cues into their requests, making you feel as though saying no would be an act of cruelty. But behind their facade lies a calculated intent to use your kindness as a tool for their own gain. For older adults, manipulators can be particularly insidious. They may appeal to your nurturing instincts or reference the bond you share, making their requests feel personal and urgent. Perhaps they suggest that they have no one else to turn to or imply that you owe them support because of a past favor or family tie. Their tactics are often so subtle that you may not even realize you've been manipulated until you're already entangled in their web. Helping a manipulator doesn't feel like generosity, it feels like surrender. Over time, their demands grow, their gratitude fades, and your sense of autonomy diminishes. The joy of helping others is replaced by a heavy burden of obligation, and you may find yourself questioning how you became so deeply involved in their problems. What's worse, manipulators rarely stop once they've succeeded in gaining your support. They often return with new needs, each request more pressing than the last, until you feel drained and resentful. Recognizing a manipulator requires a keen sense of self-awareness. Ask yourself, are their requests reasonable? Do they express genuine gratitude? Do you feel uplifted after helping them, or does their involvement leave you feeling depleted? If you notice a pattern of guilt-based persuasion or one-sided interactions, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. Setting boundaries with manipulators is not selfish, it's self-preservation. You have spent decades building a life filled with wisdom, experiences, and meaningful relationships. Protecting your peace doesn't mean closing yourself off from helping others, it means ensuring that your kindness is not exploited. Saying no to a manipulator is not an act of cruelty, it's a declaration of self-respect. As you navigate your later years, let your generosity flow toward those who appreciate it and genuinely seek your guidance. Reserve your energy for people who value your presence, not those who see it as a means to an end. The manipulator's web is designed to ensnare, but with the clarity of age, you can step back and reclaim your freedom, preserving the joy and serenity that define this stage of life. 2. The perpetual victim. As you age, life teaches you the value of resilience, the ability to navigate challenges with grace and wisdom. Yet, not everyone embraces this lesson. The perpetual victim is a person trapped in a cycle of self-pity and helplessness, unable or unwilling to break free. These individuals present themselves as overwhelmed by life's difficulties, but behind their tales of woe lies an unwillingness to take responsibility for their choices. Instead of seeking solutions, they become dependent on the empathy of others to sustain their narrative of misfortune. When you offer a hand to a perpetual victim, it may feel like the right thing to do. After all, your years of experience and compassion make you inclined to guide and support those in need. However, with these individuals, your kindness often turns into a lifeline for their dysfunction. They don't want solutions, they want sympathy. They want someone to confirm their belief that the world is against them and that their struggles are beyond their control. This dynamic can become draining, especially for seniors who value peace and stability. At a time in your life when your energy should be spent cherishing meaningful connections and enjoying the fruits of your wisdom, the perpetual victim can pull you into their endless spiral of crisis. They may call you repeatedly to share their latest setback, drawing you into their emotional drama and leaving you feeling exhausted and powerless to help. It's important to recognize that helping someone who refuses to help themselves isn't true assistance, it's enabling. By constantly stepping in to save the perpetual victim, you rob them of the opportunity to take control of their life and grow stronger. Instead of solving their problems, you become a crutch, and they remain stuck in the same destructive patterns. Letting go of the need to fix these individuals can be difficult, especially for someone with a caring heart. But remember, your compassion is a precious gift, and not everyone is ready or deserving of it. Helping someone requires a willingness on their part to take ownership of their challenges. Without that, your efforts are not only wasted but may even perpetuate their unhealthy behaviors. When you encounter a perpetual victim, offer your wisdom sparingly and with boundaries. Share advice if they ask for it, but don't allow their problems to consume your time and emotional energy. Ultimately, you are not responsible for fixing their life. Your role, if any, is to inspire and encourage, not to be their permanent rescuer. As you grow older, you've earned the right to prioritize your well-being. Protect your peace by recognizing when your help is constructive and when it's being taken for granted. The perpetual victim will always have a reason to call for your support, but it's up to you to decide whether to answer. By choosing wisely, you can preserve your energy for those who are ready to grow and truly appreciate your kindness. 3. The chronic complainer. As the years pass, you come to realize that life is as much about perspective as it is about circumstance. The chronic complainer, however, sees life through a lens of dissatisfaction. Regardless of their blessings or opportunities, these individuals are perpetually focused on what's missing, what's wrong, or what could be better. They cling to grievances and negativity, refusing to acknowledge the silver linings that surround them. For someone in their later years, the presence of a chronic complainer can be particularly draining. At this stage in life, you've likely faced your own share of challenges, learning to adapt and find joy in what remains. Your resilience is a hard-earned treasure, yet the chronic complainer often seeks to erode it, pulling you into their vortex of pessimism. Their complaints might be trivial or profound, but they are rarely accompanied by a desire to find solutions. Instead, they use their dissatisfaction as a means to command attention and emotional labor. When you extend a helping hand to a chronic complainer, it rarely brings the sense of fulfillment you might hope for. No matter how much you do for them, they will always find a flaw or a shortcoming in your efforts. Your genuine intentions are met not with gratitude, but with criticism, leaving you feeling unappreciated and drained. Over time, their negativity can begin to seep into your own outlook, overshadowing the peace and joy you've worked so hard to cultivate. It's essential to recognize that helping a chronic complainer doesn't heal their discontent, it fuels it. By constantly attending to their complaints, you reinforce their focus on what's wrong instead of encouraging them to see what's right. True support involves empowering others to find their own path to contentment, but a chronic complainer is often uninterested in such empowerment. As you grow older, protecting your emotional well-being becomes even more critical. Choose to surround yourself with people who uplift you, who seek joy, and who find beauty in the small blessings of life. When faced with a chronic complainer, offer empathy, but resist the urge to fix their outlook. Their happiness is their responsibility, not yours. By maintaining this boundary, you preserve your own peace and ensure that your compassion is directed toward those who value it. 4. Be entitled. A sense of entitlement can be one of the most disheartening traits to encounter, particularly for someone who has spent a lifetime valuing hard work, gratitude, and mutual respect. The entitled person approaches life with the belief that they are owed your time, effort, and resources, not as a gift, but as a right. They rarely, if ever, acknowledge the sacrifices you make to help them. Instead, they demand more, assuming your generosity has no limits. For older adults, the entitled individual can be particularly exhausting to deal with. They often disguise their demands as needs, making it difficult to discern genuine help from exploitation. They may appeal to your sense of responsibility or play on your kindness, leaving you feeling obligated to meet their expectations. But no matter how much you give, it's never enough. Gratitude is absent, replaced by an ever-growing list of demands. The entitled person doesn't just drain your resources, they erode your sense of self-worth. When your kindness is met with indifference or expectation, it can leave you questioning your value. It's easy to feel taken for granted, as though your efforts are invisible or insignificant. Over time, this dynamic can foster resentment, a bitter contrast to the joy that giving should bring. It's crucial to remember that entitlement is a reflection of the other person's mindset, not your worth. Their inability to appreciate your help does not diminish the generosity behind your actions. Recognizing this distinction allows you to set firm boundaries, ensuring that your kindness isn't exploited. Helping should come from the heart, not from obligation or guilt. When you encounter someone with a sense of entitlement, consider the cost of your support. Are you sacrificing your peace or well-being to meet their expectations? If so, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. Your time and energy are too valuable to be spent on those who fail to respect them. Instead, focus on helping those who truly appreciate your efforts, offering your generosity to individuals who uplift and enrich your life. In your later years, the joy of giving should be rooted in mutual respect and understanding. By protecting yourself from entitled individuals, you preserve your ability to help others in ways that are meaningful and rewarding. Choose relationships where gratitude flows freely and let go of those who take your kindness for granted. In doing so, you honor both your time and your heart. 5. The drama seeker. As you age, peace becomes one of life's greatest treasures. You've likely learned that quiet moments, meaningful conversations, and simple joys are far more fulfilling than the chaos that often accompanies youth. Yet, some people seem to thrive on chaos. Drama seekers are those who create conflict wherever they go, stirring up trouble even in the most serene environments. For them, calm and harmony are foreign concepts. Without some sort of crisis, they feel adrift, almost as if their identity depends on the chaos they generate. Engaging with a drama seeker can feel like being swept into a storm. They might approach you with tales of personal conflict, exaggerated grievances, or situations so tangled that you're left wondering how they became so complex. They make you feel like your involvement is critical, that only you can bring clarity to their mess. But their problems aren't puzzles to solve, they are carefully crafted narratives designed to keep the spotlight on them. The moment one issue is resolved, another seems to emerge, pulling you deeper into their whirlwind of disruption. For seniors who value stability and have likely endured life's most trying challenges, the presence of a drama seeker can be particularly taxing. Their endless cycles of crisis demand energy that could be better spent on the relationships and activities that truly matter. Worse, their chaos often becomes contagious, disturbing the calm you've worked so hard to cultivate. In your golden years, it's essential to recognize that drama seekers aren't looking for resolution, they are looking for an audience. Your efforts to mediate, console, or fix their problems won't bring lasting peace to their lives, because peace isn't what they seek. Instead, your involvement feeds their need for attention, anchoring you in their web of dysfunction. To protect yourself, you must learn to step back. Offer brief words of encouragement or advice, but don't allow their drama to consume your time or emotions. Let them know you care, but also make it clear that you won't participate in cycles of conflict. This boundary isn't just for your sake, it's a way of signaling that their behavior won't achieve the attention they desire. In the quiet wisdom of your later years, embrace the serenity you've earned and let the drama seekers find their stage elsewhere. 6. The opportunist. As you grow older, you've likely encountered your fair share of smooth talkers, people who know exactly what to say to draw you in, make you feel special, and convince you that their cause is worth your time. The opportunist is a master of this art. They don't present themselves as someone in need. Instead, they paint a picture of grand possibilities and mutual benefits. They'll make you believe that by helping them, you're becoming part of something larger, something extraordinary. But beneath the charm lies a stark truth: they're only here for what they can gain. Once they have what they want, they'll vanish without a second thought. The opportunist sees relationships as transactions. They focus on what you can provide, whether it's time, advice, connections, or resources. They'll tell you what you want to hear, creating an illusion of shared dreams or goals. Yet, when the time comes for them to deliver on their promises, they fall silent, leaving you to wonder how you got caught in their game. For seniors who have a wealth of experience and often serve as trusted advisors or supporters, opportunists can be particularly dangerous. They know how to exploit your generosity and make you feel like your involvement is essential. The betrayal of an opportunist stings deeply, especially when you've invested your energy and hopes in their vision. Their abrupt departure leaves not just a void but also a sense of being used. It's not just the time or resources lost, it's the erosion of trust, the feeling that your good intentions were taken for granted. In your later years, when your energy is precious and your focus shifts to meaningful connections, the opportunist's selfishness can feel particularly jarring. To guard against opportunists, trust your instincts and watch for patterns. Do they reach out only when they need something? Are their promises followed by actions, or are they merely words? True relationships, whether personal or professional, are built on mutual respect and reciprocity. By recognizing the opportunist early, you can preserve your resources for those who genuinely value and respect you. Your wisdom and generosity are gifts, and they deserve to be shared with people who honor them, not those who see you as a stepping stone to their next goal. 7. The energy vampire. Life, especially in your later years, should be about protecting and nurturing the energy you have left. Time becomes more precious, and so does the peace that comes with focusing on what truly matters. But some individuals, often without realizing it, act as energy vampires, draining you of your emotional and mental reserves. These people don't necessarily mean harm. They simply demand more than you can or should give. Their constant neediness, over-reliance, or overwhelming presence can leave you feeling exhausted, even after what might seem like a simple interaction. Energy vampires often disguise their demands as normal requests for help or conversation. They may call frequently to talk about minor issues, ask for your assistance with things they could handle themselves, or rely on you for validation and emotional support without offering anything in return. At first, their requests may seem reasonable, even flattering. After all, it feels good to be needed. But over time, you may notice a pattern. Every interaction leaves you feeling depleted, as though you've given a piece of yourself without receiving anything back. For seniors, this dynamic can be particularly harmful. You've spent a lifetime giving to your family, your community, and your loved ones. Now is the time to focus on relationships that energize and uplift you, not those that drain your spirit. Helping others should bring joy and fulfillment, not leave you feeling burdened or resentful. The energy vampire, however, takes without replenishing, leaving you with less to give to those who truly matter. Recognizing an energy vampire means being honest about how certain relationships affect you. Do you feel lighter after speaking with them, or do you feel weighed down? Do they take time to ask about your well-being, or is the focus always on their needs? Once you identify this pattern, it's crucial to establish boundaries. Politely but firmly limit how much time and energy you dedicate to these individuals. Suggest alternatives, like professional support or other resources, that can help them without overburdening you. Remember, your energy is finite. It's the currency of your presence, your love, and your wisdom. By protecting it, you ensure that you have the capacity to engage deeply with the people and activities that bring you joy. The energy vampire may not mean harm, but their constant demands are not your responsibility to fulfill. In preserving your energy, you honor yourself and the life you've built, a life that deserves to be filled with peace, connection, and genuine gratitude. 8. The harmful individual. In your later years, you come to value safety, trust, and the genuine relationships that bring meaning to life. Yet, there are those whose intentions go beyond manipulation or opportunism. They actively cause harm, whether through their actions, words, or choices. These individuals may be subtle in their behavior, or they may be blatantly toxic. But the effect is the same. They bring destruction into your life. The harmful individual isn't simply someone who makes mistakes or has flaws. They are people who repeatedly and intentionally hurt others, often justifying their actions as necessary, deserved, or inconsequential. They might sow discord in your family, exploit your vulnerabilities, or undermine your confidence. These people are adept at turning trust into a weapon, using it to further their own interests or cause emotional damage. For seniors, dealing with harmful individuals can be particularly painful. These might be people you've known for years, family members, old friends, or others you once trusted. They may take advantage of your goodwill, create conflict within your relationships, or make you feel isolated and powerless. The harm they cause isn't always direct. It might come in the form of subtle slights, gossip, or decisions made at your expense. Whatever their methods, their presence erodes the peace you've worked so hard to achieve. Engaging with harmful individuals can leave deep emotional scars. The betrayal of someone you trusted, especially at this stage of life, feels heavier than it might have in younger years. It can shake your sense of security, making you question your judgment or ability to navigate relationships. Worse, the emotional toll can affect your physical health, as prolonged stress and conflict take a toll on your body and mind. Recognizing a harmful individual requires self-awareness and courage. Pay attention to how you feel after interacting with them. Do you feel drained, anxious, or less confident? Do their words or actions create rifts between you and others? These are signs that someone may not have your best interests at heart. The most important step is to protect yourself. You've earned the right to prioritize your well-being, and that means stepping away from relationships that cause harm. This doesn't mean you have to engage in confrontation. Sometimes simply limiting contact or setting firm boundaries is enough. Surround yourself with people who respect, uplift, and support you. Life is too short to spend time with those who bring harm instead of kindness. In your golden years, every day should be an opportunity to embrace joy and peace. The harmful individual seeks to rob you of these gifts, but you have the power to say no. By removing them from your life, you make space for relationships that honor the wisdom, love, and resilience you've carried through the years. Letting go of harmful people isn't just a choice, it's a profound act of self-care and respect for the life you've built. Conclusion: protecting your peace and honoring your wisdom. In the later stages of life, your time, energy, and wisdom are among your most valuable treasures. You have spent decades giving, nurturing, and supporting others, and now, more than ever, it's essential to honor yourself by choosing where to invest these precious resources. Helping others is a beautiful act, but it should never come at the expense of your peace or self-worth. The relationships you nurture in this season of life should uplift, inspire, and bring you joy, not burden you with unnecessary stress or leave you feeling drained. By recognizing the types of individuals who may misuse your kindness, you're not turning away from compassion. Instead, you are ensuring that your help reaches those who genuinely value and deserve it. Life has taught you the importance of balance, and part of that balance is learning to say no when it's needed, even to those who persistently ask. Remember, true generosity stems from a place of abundance. Preserving your well-being allows you to give more meaningfully to those who genuinely appreciate your support. As you move forward, let your kindness be guided by wisdom and discernment. Surround yourself with people who bring light into your life and give your time to causes and individuals who reflect the values and joy you hold dear. In doing so, you not only protect yourself but also ensure that the legacy of your generosity is one of love, respect, and lasting impact. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.